What's up, everybody? So today in this haircut tutorial, I'm going to be doing a number one on the side with a high taper. And today I'm going to be using my Metal Wall Seniors with a Phat Master blade on it. Now I was just kind of going down with the grain with the Phat Master fully closed. Right now the Phat Master is fully closed also. And as you can see, it's leaving quite a bit of hair. I'm not really... At first I was debating on whether I wanted to kind of fade it a little bit longer. I'm going to open it up just a little bit, maybe halfway, and kind of blend that top in before I go ahead and do the high taper. Now I do want to say this about the Phat Master blade. For the longest time I stopped using it on the videos because it was so hard to come by. But now that Andis recreated the Phat Master blade and they have them for sale, anyone can get them. And I feel like that they are, man, they're just... something amazing to have in the arsenal because you don't have to go through guards. You can just really move quicker through a haircut with this Phat Master blade. Now, some people, they get upset because they're like, I can't zero gap my Phat Master blade. The Phat Master blade is never meant to be zero gapped. It closes where it closes for a reason, because when it's all the way closed, you get what's equivalent to a 1A blade, which is about equivalent to like a number one guard. So it opens up to a number two blade, which is probably equivalent to like a 1.5 to a 2 guard. So right now I just kept it closed pretty much the whole time, went all the way up with it, and just kind of opened it a little bit to kind of flick up at the top. But as you can see, I mean, it is longer than a open blade clipper. So right now I'm using, my instincts, but I have the master blade on the instinct. So when you open up the master blade all the way up with this stretch bracket, you get basically a number one blade. So that's right below a 1A blade, or which is equivalent to a number one guard. So the master clipper open is meant to fade right into the Phat Master closed. So as you can see, I went ahead and set my guideline, and then I just kind of opened up a little bit and just, flicked that line out, opened a little bit more, and I just kept opening it, going up a little bit until I blended right into that Phat Master close, which there again is probably a little closer than a number one guard. But boom, that easy. I didn't use any guards at all. And I know there's a lot of talk right now, challenges of people, trying not to use guards and stuff. Really, man, if you got a Phat Master, you don't ever have to pick up a guard in your life, because it'll do everything that you need to do, unless you need something like a 3 or 4 or higher. But now, as you can see, I'm just kind of tapping around at any little dark spots I see. Usually I do that with the lever closed or, just slightly open. Now I'm going to go ahead and come down with it fully open and just kind of tie that blend together a little bit more. Sometimes those hairs will curl up, and I want the side to look smooth if you're looking at it from the front as well. So I just like to go down with that and just smooth it out. So now I have a number 2 guard on my Andis Master blade that is on my S.Craft Instinct. And this is the metal clipper. And I tell you what, I like this clipper with this blade on it. It opens up really nice. I mean, I would say it's equivalent to a master blade, or a master clipper rather. And so it gives me that same, master effect. It's a lot quieter, but yet you get a nice, full throw on it where it opens up nicely. And like I said, it blends right into that Phat Master closed. It's just, to me, a no-brainer. You can knock blends out real quick. And now I am just hitting that line on the back. I was going to show the back of the haircut when I was doing the tutorial, but whenever I turned them, I must not have focused properly because it was all blurry, and I was like, I'm just not even going to worry with it, because you do the same exact thing on the back that you do on the side, right? So you can see a little bit of the back there, but there again, it's all the way closed with the Phat Master blade, and I just go all the way up with it. Now I've tried that Phat Master blade on a few different clippers, and I didn't get the same result with it that I get with this metal senior for whatever reason. I don't think I tried it on my regular seniors, but man, it just cuts so good on this metal senior. And I remember I was cutting Bossio's hair the other day with this same clipper, and man, this thing, this Phat Master blade, you want that crunchy sound, man. You hear every hair, and it almost rings like a bell. It's just like pring, 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 you know. And he's like, bro, what clippers are you using right now? And I said, man, that's that Phat Master blade. So as you can see, I just had it all the way closed, went all the way up with it. At the top, I just kind of slightly opened it just to give it a little bit of blend, but not much. And anyways, I went ahead and hit up that front line up. And as you can see right now, I'm using, I just did a review on these clippers, trimmers, and shavers that I had, and this thing is hitting. Now I will say I just got a new trimmer in the mail that somebody was bragging on. And I was like, you know what? He's bragging on this trimmer so much, I'm going to go ahead and buy it and see what I think. And I want you to know, I mean, I ain't even going to lie. I used it all day today, and I was like, this is the best trimmer that I've ever used in my life. And I mean, I kid you not. I want to use it for a little bit longer and see if it stays like that. And if it does, then I'll do a video about that trimmer. But it's fire. Maybe you can guess what it is. But this is a fire trimmer too. I mean, it's a great trimmer. So I just made my guideline, obviously, and now I'm just coming in and balding with my beautiful single foil black shaver. And I'm just gonna do the same thing on this side that I did on the other side. Go ahead and hit it with a 2, move up a little bit, hit it with a 1. Sometimes I'll open it and then close it, but then I usually skip the 0 guard and just go right into the open blade. Just kind of fade that out. Easy peasy, no big deal, right? And then if I see little dark spots, I just tap at it with my blade. Now, this senior has a master blade on it as well, and it was close, so I just grabbed it. Sometimes I switch through clippers because, you know, if I have that master blade on most of my stuff, it really doesn't matter what clipper I use. But we're basically doing the same technique. I was tapping at that bald line with a closed master blade, and then I just slightly opened it, just working my way up. Now I have it fully open, and I just kind of tie it into, you know, that closed Phat Master. And as you can see, man, it just kind of blends itself. That's what it's meant for. That's why the Phat Master is such a dope blade, because it is meant to basically set you up for that high taper, let's say, using a master blade. So where the master blade is fully open, and that's is like, you know, the length that you're gonna get, that Phat Master is right above that. So it blends in real easy. So now I'm gonna come in with those bottom lines that people struggle with. I just kind of tap at them. I think that that's a good way to erase the line. If you have a straight line, let's say, on a piece of paper, you drew a straight line with a pencil, and you just went in with your eraser and you started tapping at that line, right? You're just tapping at the line. What does it do to that line? It kind of makes it look broken up or faded in a way, right? It's not harsh anymore. It's just little dots now. And that's what I like to do. I like to get in there and just tap with my corner and just start tapping at that line with the corner, and it really helps take those lines out. So I'm gonna hit up the back of the beard as well. And yeah, and most of you guys know whenever I'm doing my haircut, I move through the haircut pretty quick, and then I'll come back at the end and just do my detail work. I feel like that's important to do. If you move quick and knock it out, then use the rest of your time for detail work. At least, you know, if your client comes in, your next client, at least you got a good foundation and it's a good cut that they'll be happy with. But, you know, if you save that detail work to the end, if they are running behind, man, just take that extra time to keep detailing. So I went down with the number 1 guard, and just kind of clean that up, you know, went with the grain. And now I'm being very careful. Usually I start in the middle and work my way out, but because of his hairline, I wanted to be very gentle, because I don't want to take it back too far, right? So I knew that the corners dropped down significantly. So I was just like, you know what, let me go ahead and start in the corners, kind of raise them up a little bit and see if I can tie them into the middle. And of course, we're going to put some color enhancement and fibers on there. But there again, just wanted to clean the corners up and then tie them into the middle and try to keep it as low as possible. And then, you know, I'm going to come in with that Sean Cuts hair color card and, you know, hit it up with the color enhancement just to make that line pop, you know, make it a little bit crispier. And I don't have to use a whole lot, you know, just this gun that I'm using sprays really well. It's just a little cheap trigger gun that I got off of Amazon, but I put that on my Harbor Freight airbrush compressor, and I really like that Harbor Freight airbrush compressor. It just gives me a lot of power, especially with that gun. And you know, you can see how much is coming out, and I feel like it blends it well. Also, I know people had asked me what do I use, and I use the Harbor Freight airbrush compressor. So now I went ahead and lined the beard up already, hit it with the razor, you know, put a little fibers on the front there. Sorry I didn't get that recorded, but I mean, you pretty much seen the haircut. Now I just come in, man, and I just fine tune, I just detail, and all my detailing, you know, is always with the corners. You know, unless like right here, I'm fading up the beard, so I want to make sure that that's as even as possible, you know, so I'll just get in there and just have it full blade open and work my way back down. And but when it comes to the fade, as you can see, I just kind of use the corners. Now I did see a little bit of hair behind the ear, and that's why I use the majority of the corner of that blade. But whenever I get in that fade area, I just start tapping, you know. So that's the finished look. I know this was a short, quick video, but I have more tutorials coming. I know I've been doing a lot of reviews lately, but I'm gonna jump on these tutorials so I can get some content to you. Until next time, God bless you guys. Peace. I'm out of here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, the like button, comment, do all that good stuff. I'll talk to you later. Bye.